So have you ever questioned if you are experiencing autism inertia? So here are 7 early warning signs of autism inertia, and if you're not quite sure what inertia is, I'm going to cover that too. All right, let's get into it. Okay, guys, so inertia is taken from the word inertia that Newton's laws of motions was defined that the law of inertia or the experience of inertia is an object in motion can't just move or deviate from the path that it's on because it's moving through a vacuum of space without exterior pressure or some other energy that's coming in. So the thing just carries on going without any deviation from the path. And the opposite is also true. An object that isn't in motion can't just suddenly start moving without any exterior force, right? So the moment of inertia means that we are not moving through space or we are not doing something that we should do. And this happens for autistic people like this. The moment of inertia can happen if you're hyper-focused on a project or a thing to do, where you are so focused on something that you cannot deviate from it, and you end up just hyper-focusing on that one thing, which is kind of fun. But the opposite is actually really detrimental, where we need to start something, or we need to start many things, and we never get round to it. Why? Because we have too many things on our to-do list, and we're knackered. We hit the moment of inertia, nothing happens. But how do we know that we're experiencing inertia, and what can we do about it? So I'm going to explain the 7 warning signs of autism inertia, and if you relate, you have to give this video a thumbs up. And also at the end, I'm going to tell you how you can rock yourself out of inertia, and it's pretty amazing. It's actually super simple, and all you have to do is follow what I say in the end of this video, and you'll instantly rock yourself out of inertia. But the step-by-step guide to help you along the way can be downloaded by the link down below, or you can just go to the aspieworld.com/inertia, which is spelled INERTIA, and I will have a free PDF download checklist so that you can get yourself started to rock yourself out of this kind of moment of like, I have things to do, but I can't. Okay, so number 1 is you will feel a lack of motivation, or your motivation will dip, meaning your motivation will just feel like it's just fallen off the edge of the earth. Why? Because you're not able to start something. And if you're not able to start something, it starts to reverse. It's kind of like walking forwards and you stop, and you suddenly start walking backwards and you just can't stop because the momentum is pulling you backwards. So you feel a motivation dip. You have no motivation to do the things that you want to do. And your to-do list has like 27,000 things on it. Actually, you probably have several to-do lists and you want to get started on the main one and you can't. And your motivation for it disappears. This is a big sign that you're hitting inertia. Procrastination increases. So number 2. Procrastination hits in. You start doing, you're like, I've got this big list to do, so I'm just going to do the laundry and the ironing and the dishes and cook dinner for the next 6 months and take the dog for a walk and my neighbor's dog for a walk, then go and see my friend Charlie, make sure he's doing okay, and then I'm going to go to the grocery store, pick up some more groceries, so just cook 6 months worth of groceries. You get the idea. You just do too many things and you fill your time with other things rather than the thing you should be doing first, and that's kind of a really interesting warning sign or signal for this. Now, number 3 is a depressive state starts to kind of come over you. You start to feel guilty for not doing the thing that you wanted to do or try to do or need to do.
Yes, behind me is awards that I have won, from MIT, YouTube, WeGo Health, Autism Hero Award, Business Smart Award. All these things happened because I became more confident than I ever imagined. I actually was not confident for many years. Now, I have put together a free download where you can take training from me for free to build up your confidence, lower anxiety, and actually just make life better for autistic adults. And this is what it covers. You can progress without doubt, even if nothing's worked before. Boost energy without having to need more spoons, even if you're running out empty. Be social without overthinking it. Fit in society without losing yourself, even if you feel alienated, and speaking confidently without misunderstanding if people don't get you, right? All you need to do is go to the website www.bulletproofbrain.org right now and download your free pack from me. Link is also in the description of this video, and if you're watching on Instagram, all you have to do is comment brain and I'll DM it to you. Watching on Facebook, if you comment brain, I'll comment back with the link to directly download this.
And then you start feeling kind of like a self-doubt and a depressive, like, oh, I can't rock out of it, and which then also starts draining your dopamine. And so number 4, everything makes you irritable. So everything that you are experiencing, like somebody talking to you, the person next to you in the line at the post office, or the smell of something, or a noise outside, or your dog or your kids, whatever, everything just starts to annoy you. Everything makes you irritable, and you're like, oh, and you become like jittery and angry about everything. It's because you are now starting to starve your body of dopamine because you need to start the task that you want to do to get the dopamine, right? And so this also leads me on to number 5, which is you start craving junk food. Why? Because junk food and like chips and burgers and like crisps and pretzels and stuff like that and donuts, those things give you a instant hit of gratification of dopamine, which is like the happy hormone, right? Which you're desperately needing to fill because you're wanting to do this list, but then you've hit all these other things and you're not doing your list, and basically now dopamine starved more so than you would have been anyway, because autistic individuals and ADHD individuals are starved of dopamine anyway because they are dopamine deficiency. Okay, so number 6 is you start isolating yourself from your friends and family because you have self-doubt or feelings of self-less worth. And having worthlessness feelings makes you want to isolate from people because you don't want to be around other people because you're like, oh, I don't want to be around other people who's going to reflect how bad I am at my life, which is not true. It's just that you're starved of dopamine and you need to get on with your out of inertia issue. And number 7 is the thought of what you need to do becomes scary and worrisome, which causes anxiety. And, well, it doesn't help with the depression or the junk food eating or any of these variables, actually. So all 7 of those things together create what I like to call the inertia jumpsuit. And the inertia jumpsuit is basically the suit that you start zipping on and putting on until you put it on and you're sitting there full of inertia issues that have happened because you haven't taken the action. Now, let's get to the good part. How do we get out of this? How do we take off the inertia jumpsuit? The easiest way to do this is to follow exactly what I say. You have a to-do list with everything on there, right? Now, put everything into one list. And even if you've got 25 items on that list, I don't care. Put everything on that list. Now, I want you to go through that list on one sheet of paper and look at everything on that list. Find out which one of those things, if you were to complete that first, would bring you the biggest satisfaction straight away. So it could be anything. If you're like, getting a job is going to give me the biggest satisfaction because it's going to be the biggest reward. That's the first thing I need to do, right? That's the one I should be doing first. Okay, so get that. You're finding a job. Take that off your list, get a new piece of paper, and write that on the top of it. Now I need you to put in the top right-hand corner the date in which you want to complete this by. Then I need you to write out all the steps in which you need to do in order to complete that main task or finding a job. So it could be writing out a resume, getting references, looking at job websites, applying for jobs, going to interviews, buying your interview clothes, all those things, right? And then every single day until that completion date, I want you to do one of those tasks on that white paper. Now, not until you finished all of the tasks on that one thing and completed this, are you then allowed to move on to another item on that list. And when you do that, the same process follows. Look at the next one now. Which one's going to give me the most satisfaction and gratification? After this, boom, put it on a new piece of paper and follow the same process. Now, the beauty is, guys, you've just rocked yourself out of inertia because you've already started moving yourself through space by creating these lists. And by creating those lists, you're not no longer in inertia because you're doing something about it. And the momentum will happen. Once you start crossing one thing off your list, you want to start crossing other things off because those give you dopamine. You're welcome, guys. So, if you like this video, make sure to subscribe.